Hello friends, today we are going to learn about JQuery's post method. You can see that I have already set the environment and I have created a folder named as a JQuery, and inside the JQuery folder we have a JS folder. Inside the JS folder we have official library of JQuery. So what we are going to do is we are going to make two pages, page 1.php and page 2.php. Let us define the HTML tags, head section and the body section. So HTML and head, title, page 1. This is body tag. So what we are going to do is, let us integrate the jQuery library. So script type is equals to text slash JavaScript. Then define the source of the file, which is actually kept inside the JS folder. Now inside the body section, let us define a div and assign ID to the div as container. Then we are going to define a button and the value is equals to click me. Let us assign this button ID ptn. Now what we are going to do, we are going to work with the jQuery script type is equals to text slash JavaScript. Before starting, we have to define the jQuery document.ready function. Okay, now let us test whether this jQuery document.ready is working or not. Window dot alert, we are going to print a message. Okay, so let us try this. In the browser, we are going to write a localhost, and our folder is a jQuery. Click page 1. So once we clicked, this page is working and displaying the message. Okay. All right. Now our next task is to use a jQuery's post method. So what we are going to do, first of all, we are going to actually write something here on page 2, that we are actually loading the contents from page 2 to page 1. Page 2 response from page 2. What we do here, jQuery dot post Inside post, you have to specify the page. We are going to actually get the response from page 2 and are sending the data to the server to the page 2. So we have to write page 2 dot php. Then currently we are not sending any data, so we are leaving this at this stage. When in the next lecture we shall learn how we can send the data and we can get the response from the server. Then we specify the function. This is basically a callback. So we write here data, and whatever the response comes from the page 2 from the server, we are actually going to actually put that response inside a container div. So jQuery, our div is container div, so we specify hash container dot html and we write a data. You can see that on page 2 it is written as a response from page 2, and this div on page 1 is empty. So once we shall click this button, then the response from page 2 will be loaded to the uh, container div. So let us try this. This actually is sorry, this actually is done on ready function, so we are going to do this on button event. So jQuery hash btn dot click function. Now we cut this and we want to keep this inside this function. Now let us refresh the page. Once we click, then the response from page 2 is loaded into the container div. What you can see here, that you can see that once I am clicking this button, then this actually page is not, entire page is not loaded. Only the particular area or particular part of the page is loaded. So this is actually is the beauty of ajax that you can actually use inside your websites. Thank you so much for listening this lecture, and hope you have enjoyed.